As we discussed earlier, proteins are important biomolecules that are constructed from building blocks called amino acids. The complex three-dimensional shape and structure of each protein is critical to its function. Some of the basic functions of proteins that are embedded within or sit on top of the plasma membrane are as follows. Some proteins function as protein channels or protein carriers for specific materials or electrolytes to move into or out of the cell. Most hydrophilic substances require protein channels because they cannot move across the lipid interior of the membrane on their own. And this is because the lipid core of the membrane prevents the fluid environments on either side of the plasma membrane from easily mixing. Some examples include protein channels called aquaporins, which permit the movement of water across the membrane by osmosis. There are also specific protein channels for the movement of electrolytes like sodium and potassium to cross the membrane, and others for glucose transport across the membrane. Some membrane proteins function as receptors for chemical messengers, such as neurotransmitters from the nervous system or hormones from the endocrine system. And the basic way in which these work is that when the chemical messenger binds to the receptor will either activate or inhibit cell activities that are occurring within the cell. Some of the membrane proteins have carbohydrate chains associated with them. Collectively, the protein and carbohydrate chains are called glycoproteins, and specifically for the glycoproteins on the cell membrane surface, these are referred to as the glycocalyx, which means sugar coat, as the term glyco refers to the carbohydrates and calyx means coat. The glycocalyx typically functions in cell-cell binding or in cell recognition by that person's immune system, because what we see is that the immune system often kills cells that have an unfamiliar glycocalyx.